be looking at a new installation that we just finished. It's a new Viessmann Vitodens 100 WB 1B35. This one here has a new addition, which is the Combi-PLUS, which makes instant hot water upon demand. We put this boiler in. It's serving a house that's got cast iron rads. It's very traditional to what we usually do. The process is a little different now because of the Combi-PLUS. It's using a pump and a heat exchanger to generate domestic hot water up to about 3.5 gallons a minute. There's a few new dials on the system. What we have is the domestic hot water temperature selection. We have the rad temperature selection, and this just adjusts the aggressiveness of the boiler to make either warmer or colder water depending on the outdoor reset. The water temperature works much like a throttle, and the warmer you want the hot water to come out, the more you turn your water temperature up on the dial. On the Combi-PLUS, we have, I'm going to open it up and show you guys what's inside of here. It's a very simple unit. It's easy to service. It's a very unique design. Basically what we've got is a pump which now acts as our primary pump for our primary loop around the boiler. It also drives water through the boiler to make domestic production. We have a stainless steel heat exchanger that is part of this. And basically what it does is when domestic is needed, it diverts water through the heat exchanger. When domestic is no longer needed and house heating is needed, it brings on the water to flow through the primary loop. This takes up very little room. This was on a 4-foot sheet of plywood about 7 foot tall. I'm going to just give you a quick demonstration of the domestic hot water production that comes out of this boiler. We're going to draw some domestic hot water, and I'll show you how quickly the system responds to the draw. Right now we're at 123 degrees Fahrenheit, and we just had a call, which is the tap symbol, and the boiler is fired up almost within 2 seconds of the initial draw of water. And right now we are at about 127 degrees. And now the boiler is ramping. It's speeding up to meet the demands of the hot water, and it will eventually end up in high fire, and it is actually at high fire right now. So as the boiler accelerates, this is what the actual temperature of the water going out of the heat exchanger is at this point in time, and the domestic hot water is also quite hot at this point. We've just hit about 143 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the actual temperature of the boiler water, not the domestic water. We're going to show you what we're getting out of this thing for temperature. And right now we're in a Fahrenheit scale. And this is what's coming out of the kitchen tap, which is about 15-20 feet away from the actual unit. And right now it's at 119, 121. 122. One other really great thing about this boiler that I want to show you guys is the fact that they have put a liner inside the cover. You heard the boiler run with the cover off, and when this is on, it's whisper quiet. It also helps in sealing off for the fresh air to the combustion chamber. But again, quiet boiler. You can put this in a closet beside your bedroom and you wouldn't know the difference. I'm going to put the cover back on now just to give a demonstration of how it does work. So it's much quieter now.